Alright, well, I'm going to do this. I'm just going to hope it's working. I'd just like to say hello. Hello. Now I'm going to invite you to Glug with Ghosty. I'm a bit warm, so I can do the brew. And my chosen brew tonight is that one. Counterculture Modern IPA. Whatever the hell that is. But I want to talk turkey as well. I want to talk turkey about computers. Now, do you remember that I got a laptop just recently and it had Windows 10 on it, and it was very low spec. It had like a Core 2 Duo chip. It had an Atom graphics GPU. And had a really slow 5,400 RPM spinning rust 1TB hard disk drive and 4 gigs of RAM, which I then went in and doctored and gave. I gave it a 256 gig solid state drive, and I turned secure boot off and I installed Debian. Well, it was niggling away at me, because just before I did that I checked, and it said that it was capable of running Windows 11. Now it ran Debian very well. I just thought, God, could it really run Windows 11? Could it really run Windows 11? So I went back in, turned secure boot back on, and I tried installing Windows 11. And shock upon shock, it runs Windows 11 better than it ran Debian. Probably because Windows has got access to all of the hardware drivers, and Windows does pre-caching, and it does fast start and everything like that. So it basically just goes to sleep and wakes up when you power it on. So now that machine is running Windows 11. Almost rather too well. But no. That freed up another laptop which previously had Windows 10 on. I do need a Windows machine for downloading video files and photos from my iPhone. So I've got to have one. But that freed up another laptop, one that Zeb gave me back in December 2017, and it's an old Toshiba, and I thought, that's freed that up for me. So I got rid of Windows 10 off that laptop, and I doubled the RAM in it, and I also gave it a 256 gig solid state drive. And here it is. You really cannot see. You probably think it's the same one, but no, this is a Tosh. It's a Satellite Pro. Can you even see that? Can you see where it says Toshiba? There you go, Toshiba. You might be able to read that. It's a Satellite Pro, and it's one that Zebedee Boss gave me way back then, and it is now running Mio Linux XFCE. And of course, literally the day after I installed Mio XFCE on it and filled it up with all the software that I love, Dan goes and releases Mio Kwin, doesn't he? The bugger. Now, I swore that he swore blind that he was not going to be making any more. I guess it's now he's got his landlubber legs back on. He feels the need to dabble about in the code again. Well, I'm really glad he is, because he makes a banging operating system. He really does, and it's a lovely, painless way to run Dev 1. And just on the off side, I didn't realise that it actually allows me to download stuff from my iPhone as well. So make of that what you will. Make of that what you will. I'm going to keep Windows 11 on that new clunky prehistoric but quite lovable Hewlett-Packard laptop. It's literally the bottom of the pile of the Hewlett-Packard laptops. But yeah, I'm going to keep Windows 11 on that because it seems to behave itself quite nicely now that I've turned off transparency. I was having a lot of issues with transparency. It would blank the entire screen if I had the edge open. I turned transparency off and the edge behaves itself. What do you do? Yeah, it took about a day to update, of course, because it's Windows. That's what Windows does, isn't it, as we all know. Has to reboot about 1,000 times. And of course, in the same sort of space of time, I had wiped Windows off the other one, installed Mio XFCE, downloaded and tested all of the software that I possibly want, set up all the networking and everything, and messed about on YouTube for about 3 hours. The beauty of Linux, you see, the beauty of Linux. But sometimes it's necessary to run the enemy OS. Because it's not the enemy, it's just the one that we choose not to use in the main. And as far as I'm concerned, it's the one I use very, very, very little. In fact, I probably only use it really for getting files off my iPhone. So there you go. Okay, so you've seen two of the laptops. Now you're looking at my current desktop, my main, well, the old main one. This is the Void Linux, as you see. With 16 gig of RAM, i5 4430. That was thanks to Harmy. As was the RAM, I do believe. The graphics card, it doesn't mention it here, does it? Does it? No, it doesn't. The graphics card, it's GeForce GTX 750 Ti. That's thanks to English Bob, EB, by the way. EB, my old son. I saw you playing that NASCAR game, and you were saying it was £2. Well, I just picked it up for £1.45. Hey, I can race it. I'm a bit crap though. I started off at pole and got bunted right to the back and managed to finish about 27th out of 50. How the hell do you get past that big pack in front? Really no idea how they do that. So anyway, all you NASCAR watchers, perhaps you can tell me how the hell a backmarker could ever get past all them cars that are bumper to bumper in three rows wide. How do you get past it? You cut across the grass or something? What else to talk about? Oh, yes. The joys of having a job mean, of course, I post very few videos now. But, you know, I needed a job. And now that I've got a job, I'm paying the rent, and we've got the whole house. And there were 3 things that I really wanted to do once I was earning again. And now that I am earning again, we're doing it. 1, pay the rent. 2, go to the opticians, get my eyes tested and get myself some new glasses. Done it. 3, get myself signed up with a dentist and get my teeth fixed. Because boy oh boy do they need it. So, the 3rd one, done. Not quite done, but started. I've registered with a dentist. There is no way of getting NHS dental treatment in this part of the country at all now, and it seems to be across the whole country now. So I've gone with my old dentist, but I'm going on a dental plan which is somewhere between private and NHS. It's reasonable in price. So I went for my first checkup, and they immediately pulled 2 of my molars. So my first checkup cost me £250. I've got an appointment on a week on Friday to have a fill-in, which is going to cost me another £99. But I don't care, because it's good. I need it. I need my teeth fixed, and now I'm getting them fixed. what I'm also going to be doing then is talking Turkey about getting some kind of a payment plan so I can get a denture for my upstairs teeth, because I've got no molars at the back there and I've got very few at the back there. So yeah, that's going to cost me, I think, about £500. But now I'm working, I can afford it, and trust me, I really want it. I'm prepared to pay that quite happily. That's what I'm working for. So, what else is there to tell you? Not much really. Looking forward to the Jubilee. No, not really. I'm looking forward to the time off at the Jubilee. I'm not a royalist in any way, shape or form. I love my country, but only for the countryside. I don't love the monarchy. I don't love the government. I think they're both shite, I'm afraid. I wouldn't piss on them if they were on fire, just as they wouldn't piss on me if I was on fire. I know the way things are. But I love this country, I love this land, and I love the people here. That's what patriotism means to me. Loving where you live and the people who are there as well. Not the establishment, not the people who make the rules, who tell you where you can't go, tell you everywhere you can't go. Oh, that's another thing. Oh, I've got this really good book. Here we go. Who owns England? Okay. It ain't me and you. All you folks in America, you've got this folk song, this land is our land, or this land is my land. Well, in England, this land is not our land at all. We do not have the right to roam. We have the right to roam in about 5% of the country. The rest of it is privately owned, and that was all because of something that happened. And I mentioned this in a previous video, called the Enclosures Act, where all of the common land, as in all of the land that had no owners, that people could go on and work and graze their cattle, whatever, without having to pay anyone anything, that all got took away from us. And the Crown gave it to dukes and the likewise, and basically now we have to get their permission to go on that land. We have trespass laws that say you must not do any damage where you go, but technically that means you can go anywhere as long as you don't make any damage going in and you don't do any damage when you're in there. But the owner of that land can construe something as simple as breaking a twig as doing some damage on their property. So we don't really have many rights, but it's just really a case of not getting caught, isn't it? Anyway, I don't know what that came round from. I think it was just sort of like, oh yeah, not being a monarchist, not being a yeah, like if there was another English Civil War, I don't know whose side I'd be on. I certainly wouldn't be on the side of the monarchy, and I certainly wouldn't be on the side of Parliament either. Would I be a conscientious objector in the English Civil War? I suppose I would. Nah, with any luck I'd find myself a boat and I'd fuck off to an island where there's nobody else that could bother me, and there'd be a freshwater spring and some chickens and a fishing rod and a hut, and that'd do me. My needs are few. Anyway, that's enough of that. I won't finish. It's only a little tiny can. So, thanks for watching.